Now, you may have seen chili oil served at restaurants and you can buy it from your local deli, but did you know that it's incredibly easy to make your own? So, Matthew, what I'm going to do here is make a very, very basic dried chili oil. You really could not get more easy. I'm using dried chilies because dried chilies have a very, very different flavour from the fresh chilies. It's a much rounder, sometimes a bit sweeter, but it's entirely different characteristics than the fresh. The fresh is vibrant, hot, bang.
Okay.
This is more slow burn. So this is just an average, a long chili, perhaps from India, perhaps from Pakistan. Yeah. Not too hot, but wonderful flavour. So what you're going to do is take oil.
Yes,
now,
okay.
I'm using just a straight olive oil. That's not particularly sort of genuine, authentic, and all the rest of it. You don't need an extra virgin because the flavour's going to, you're going to kill any
you want the chili
flavour. You want the chili. So basically, what you're doing is putting it into the pan and very, very. You can also use groundnut oil as well because again, that's what you use more in Chinese or even sesame oil, which should be used in.
And presumably, you just use enough to fill up the bottle which you're going to put it into.
Use enough to fill up the bottle. And all you do is heat the oil very, very gently, and you get in. Some of your chilies, you want some long ones. I mean, people say they look nice, but really all I care about in the chili oil is flavour. Now, this is more
those
crushed.
as well.
Now, this could be one of your favourite things. You can't see that when they're crushed up like this. They could be those Italian ones. You want a good old whack of those in. Okay?
You've always loved chilies, haven't you?
I have always loved chilies.
You like hot, something hot.
I
like it hot.
But as we were talking about, Michael, it's the flavour. There's just, everyone thinks that chili is one flavour. It's just heat. It's rubbish. The Mexican cuisine is one of the great cuisines in the world, and they use dozens of kinds of chilies, from the smoky to the hot. From the sort of.
Did you come across lots of different ones when you were doing your extended round the world tour?
I did. I went to this thing called the Fiery Food Show in Albuquerque, and this.
Not really.
I promise you, it was called the Fiery Foods and Barbecue Show, and there's a guy called Dave DeWitt who's written many, many great books on chilies.
And he's King Chili.
And he actually runs the show, and I sort of went there thinking, I'm going to have a sort of chili eating competition, being pretty juvenile about the whole thing. But actually, it was fantastic, all the different kinds. So all it's doing, you're going to leave it here for about...
Well, so why are you heating it up there? What's it do?
It's an oil, basically. It's an irritant alkaloid in it, but it's coming out. So you're slightly just letting it out a bit, just giving it a head start before you put it in the bottle. Now,
and you didn't really sort of measure it out very carefully, it seems to me.
No.
That's not the Tom Parker Bowles way, is it?
Well, not really. No, you don't really need to measure these things out. Look, I mean, depends how strong you want. I mean, obviously, if you want it super strong, you're going to have it up to there.
Okay.
But that's good. And obviously, you keep it in a dark place, and the flavour and the heat develop as the weeks go on.
Well, how long do you heat it up for?
Well, obviously now, you can do it for about 3 or 4 minutes. I would probably do it, if I had more time, I'd do it for about 20 minutes, very gently, very, very gently.
So this sort of polite exchange of flavours goes on.
The polite exchange of flavours.
To produce a rather impolite
and then what you do is, and you let it calm down. Now with the bottle, it's got to be sterilised. The way that I sterilise a bottle is get a thing of boiling water, chuck it in the boiling water for 10 minutes and boil it, take it out and dry it in the oven. Okay, now this is going to be interesting getting the big old chilies in.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm just looking forward to that.
Okay, so what we're going to do...
You pour the oil in. Shouldn't we hold that steady for you?
If you could, that would be wonderful.
Absolutely. Don't pour it down at hot oil over my fingers, otherwise I'll sue.
Oh, will you? Lovely chili.
But it hasn't actually gone sort of that lovely russet coloured yet.
Oh no, it needs a few weeks in the old storeroom for that.
Should we scrape that with my fingers?
It's quite hot, but I'll tell you what we can do. We can just shove it down there.
Shove it down. It is very pretty. I mean, it's a little sort of a pepper flake snowstorm.
It is indeed. So it really is that easy. So let's go and have a taste. Now, this is one I made a few weeks earlier, and it won't be that hot. Again, this is about subtlety of the chili.
Listen, you say it won't be that hot.
No, you just try a bit. I mean,
all I can say is your notions of not being that hot are not necessarily the same as mine.
I mean, this is probably about 2 weeks. There's not dry chili face.
I must say, it is very pretty colour.
You get the taste of olive oil, and then a little bit of warmth. It's an Italian level. It's not that hot.
All right.